on our teardrop here. Okay, how I like to tie is just simple knots. I usually do 3 knots in a row. There's 2. And there's 3. And then it's kind of an overkill, but I always loop the line back through my hole. And I do another 3 knots. Split shot I usually like to put up at least 3 or 4, 5 inches or roughly above the hook. We're going to crimp our split shot. It's just a piece of lead. We don't need to get it too tight, just tight enough to where it's not going to fall off. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of see how deep we are here. Here's our little clip weight, and all I'm doing is clipping this at the end of my hook. I'm going to give this line slack until I see the line go slack. You can see right there the line is slack, so I know I'm touching the bottom, and I can feel tension when I pull up on the pole. That's roughly, it's got to be about 4 feet, I would say, at least. All I'm going to do is clip this on so I can slide the bobber, spring-loaded bobber. When you push down on this plunger piece here, it's spring-loaded, and there's a little hook that grabs the line. You would lock the line in like this if you were happy with your position on the bobber. But for now, I'm going to drop it back in to see how deep. So right now we're sitting roughly 1 inch. If I was to lock that in 1 inch off the bottom, I want to start out roughly maybe about 3 or 4 inches. So let's try that and see if that looks good. That's roughly about 3 or 4 inches right there. So what I'm going to do now is bring up the line and then lock my bobber into place there. You push that plunger down to expose the bottom side of that hook barb. And all you do is just put your line in there. And when the plunger pulls up, it keeps the line nice and snug. We can take off our little weight here. You see we got a lot of minnows here. How I hook the minnow, the fish tend to bite up towards the head area, and you want the hook to go through the back, kind of out towards the head, and you want to be gentle not to get the middle of the spine, otherwise you'll kill the minnow. So I'm going to do this real slow through the back of the back, kind of out towards the head, and then back through. And you can see the minnow, he's still alive. And when the fish tend to bite, they tend to bite towards the head. So fish is going to hopefully come up towards the head and bite this and pull, and then we're going to hook the fish. So we're going to drop her in. And this is our gold teardrop on there. So the minnow's in. Yeah, on the bobber, you can see the bobber sitting still. I want a little slack on the line. And when you see that bobber tug like that, I'm getting a bite right now. When the bobber goes all the way under is when you want to pull up on your line. Every now and then with your line, you can kind of wiggle a little bit the bobber up and down to give it a little more action. And sometimes that may draw the fish into you. You're getting some aggressive hits on that one. When you hook a fish, pull up on your line and keep tension on it and pull the fish out instead of reeling your line because the hooks are so small. The key to this is just to be fast and effective and not put any slack on your line. There's another one, Jeremy. Not as big as that one, but bigger than what we've been catching.